$36,200 billion. That number isn't abstract. It has your name on it. A quiet suburban street. Mid-morning. Nobody outside. A grocery store receipt. Close up. The total at the bottom. A for lease sign in a storefront window. Most people look at these things and think, bad luck, bad timing, bad economy. It is not an accident. This week, the United States Congress is about to vote on the largest single debt expansion in American history. The bill adds $3.8 trillion to a debt that already stands at $36.2 trillion. That is not a typo. Now, most channels will tell you this is a political problem, a Republican problem, a Democrat problem. We're not going to do that. Because here is the thing they never say out loud. This debt does not hurt everyone equally. It is designed, specifically designed, to extract wealth from one group of people. And that group is you, the American middle class. But before we show you the mechanism, before we show you exactly how this extraction works, we need to answer one question first. Why does debt even matter to someone who does not own government bonds? Let us start with something simple. When the government borrows money, when it adds to the national debt, it issues bonds. Bonds are promises. The government promises to pay money back later, with interest. Who buys those bonds? Banks, foreign governments, large institutions, not you. So far, this sounds like a problem for someone else. That is the first trap. Here is what actually happens. The government borrows $3.8 trillion. To pay back that money with interest, it needs cash. Where does that cash come from? There are two options. Option 1, raise taxes. Option 2, print more money. Politicians hate raising taxes. People notice taxes immediately. So they almost always choose option 2. And option 2 has a name. It is called inflation. Now, here is where this becomes personal. Inflation is not just prices going up. Inflation is a tax. A hidden tax. One that was never voted on. One that does not appear on your pay stub. But it takes money from you every single month. And here is the brutal part. Inflation does not steal equally. The poor have almost nothing to lose. They have no assets. The rich hold real assets, property, stocks, hard commodities, that go up in value when inflation rises. But the middle class? The middle class holds savings, holds dollar-denominated accounts, holds fixed-rate pensions, things that lose value when inflation rises. So the question is obvious. If this is so clear, if inflation is a hidden tax designed to transfer wealth from the middle class to the government and the wealthy, why does no one stop it? Why does everyone accept it? This is where the psychology begins. And this is the part of this story that most channels are too afraid to say. There is a concept in behavioral psychology called the boiling frog effect. You do not feel yourself getting poorer. You feel confused. You feel tired. You feel like maybe you are not working hard enough, but you do not feel robbed. This is not an accident. The system is built to make the transfer invisible. 3 specific mechanisms ensure you never connect the debt to your kitchen table. Mechanism 1, complexity. The debt is described in terms too abstract to feel personal. Trillions, basis points, treasury yields. The language is designed to be numbing. Mechanism 2, distance. The harm is delayed. You borrow today. You pay through inflation over the next 5, 10, 15 years. By the time you feel it, the politician who signed the bill is retired or dead. Mechanism 3, distraction. Whenever debt becomes a topic, the conversation immediately shifts to party politics, to foreign policy, to culture war. The camera moves, you follow the camera, and the transfer continues. Now, Let us look at the numbers, because this is not a theory. This is not cynicism. This is math. Since 2000, the U.S. national debt has grown from $5 trillion to $36 trillion. In the same period, the median U.S. household income, adjusted for inflation, has grown by less than 8%. 8% in 25 years. Meanwhile, the top 1% of Americans increased their net worth by over 300% in the same period. The same period. The same inflation. The same debt. Different result. The debt did not hurt them. It helped them. Because they know something the middle class was never taught. And that is what we are covering next. So here is where we are. The national debt is not abstract. It is a mechanism. A mechanism that silently transfers purchasing power from people who hold dollars to people who hold assets. Every single year. And the three psychological traps, complexity, distance, and distraction, exist to make sure you never connect those two facts. That is the design, not incompetence. Design. In the next video, we are going inside the machine. We are going to show you exactly what the top 1% do, legally, quietly, invisibly, to use this exact debt chaos as a personal wealth-building tool. While your savings lose value, theirs compound. If you are not subscribed, now is the time. Shadow Ledger, HQ, now you know.